What's good, everybody? It's your boy Evan Gotta Make, and I'm back with another video. We're not going to spend too much time on this topic. I'm going to get straight into it. Season 2.5 of Marvel Rivals. We're going to watch two videos today, and I'm going to break them down to the best of my ability. I want y'all to keep in mind, I am recording this with a headache. I am recording this video with a headache. I don't feel well. But we are going to get into this. I'm going to do this the best I can. And I'm going to try to have this video out by either tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll see, though. Let's get into this.
Today, the age of Ultron begins. Termination. Challenge me, you animals.
So you can definitely avoid damage. So, hang on a second. Hold on.
You would have failed without...
Hang on. Let's slow it down for a little bit, because I think I missed something. Right here. Right there. So, that AoE. So, whoever is in that area of effect is going to be healed, right? Boom. Yeah. And then... I'm guessing that's that. I'm guessing those are the. I'm guessing that's that drone's ability I kept hearing about. And that's his that is right click. Let me turn the speed back to normal. Not yet. There's AoE again. And I see that the drones are still attached to Storm, giving her cost. So, okay. So, if the drones are attached to your allies, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. If the drones are attached to your allies, they basically get constant healing. So it's kind of like Soul Bond, right? Actually, no, Soul Bond's more of burst healing. It's kind of like Soul Bond, but it doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same. You know. What's the word I'm looking for? Use as Soul Bond, if that makes any sense.
Targets eliminated.
Nah. His ult looks crazy, but at the same time, I didn't expect anything crazy from Ultron. And in fact, I think he is the only character with an offensive ult besides Jeff. He is the only strategist besides Jeff that has an offensive ult. Like, because you know, Invisible Woman is defensive, Luna's defensive, Mantis is defensive. Depending on how you use Loki, I guess you can count as offensive. Adam is also defensive, and then Rocket is also. Actually, no. Rocket can be used for both because it gives an attack boost well, then again, so does Mantis and Luna. It really depends. It really depends. But what I'm trying to say is It looks like his ult is one of the only ults that's primarily used for doing damage, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look like it has that big of an AoE, but it does take off a lot of damage. It does heal a lot of health. So it has its uses, it has its drawbacks. Me personally, I think it should have been something similar to Maximum Pulse, but that's just me.
Yo, what's going on, guys? DeWolves here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we have the Season 2.5 update information because the new Season 2.5 dev vision has released and there's a bunch for us to break down. So there'll be more information later as well. I think the Ultron full character trailer will be later today. But starting off, Season 2.5 gives us the brand new map, the Arocco Hellfire Gala map. And here you can see it's Arocco.
In my personal opinion, I think this is one of the best looking maps in the game. Best looking, because I'm going to be honest with you, Krakoa got annoying really quick. For those of you asking for Shin Shibuya to come back to competitive, please don't. Please don't. I hate Shin Shibuya. I hate Shin Shibuya. Then again, it's better than Tokyo 2099, so whatever the fuck. But anyway, I got bored of Central Park really quick. I got bored of Midtown really quick. So, this one is the best looking in my opinion. And I'm actually very curious on what they're going to add in Season 3.
Krakoa's sister island, which has lost all vitality because Ultron has transformed it into a merciless mechanical world. So there's a small preview of that. You can see giant Ultron drones, giant Ultron heads all around it, completely taking over the map. So that's going to be the design for it. That's everything we know about it as of now. Now, we also got a bit of a preview of Ultron. You can see his MVP animation. You can see what he looks like in-game. And right here, we can see the Ultron heads, which are these giant drones, which are part of his abilities. Those giant drones are his imperative patch drones, and these are the ones that you'll be able to put onto your teammates, and they'll heal teammates within a radius around that. So that is Ultron. We did also get to see more gameplay of Ultron. As I say, we'll have a full breakdown of his abilities hopefully later today, but we were able to see what his gameplay looks like because he's going to
I have a question.
Team up with Iron Man called Nano Armament. Iron Man will be the team.
That blue unibeam type blast.
Anchor, meaning Ultron will gain a special ability, and it will be the
it heals your allies and does damage to your enemies. Does his base attack not do that already? I'm asking a genuine question because I don't know.
The ability to use Iron Man's Ray, essentially, which will deal piercing damage and healing. So you can see you activate it as a separate ability. It has a 30-second cooldown, and then you can shoot through your teammates to heal them, but it will also pierce through and still damage enemies with this unibeam laser, which is cool. Now, his primary fire, I believe, only damages enemies. I don't think it heals. And we can also see his abilities here. First of all, you can see he is hovering over the ground, and they do call him a flying character. I still believe this means he has the ability to glide. He can't just fly freely, because you can see here his shift ability still looks the same as when it was leaked, where he will gain a quick burst of movement. So you'll likely be able to burst in the air with Ultron and then glide around. He won't necessarily be all-time flying. You can see his other abilities here, though, are still the exact same as when they were leaked. His E ability, Imperative Patch, means he can command one of those giant drone heads to heal his teammate, and it will follow them and heal in areas around them. And then the right-click, the Imperative Firewall, seems to still be the same, where you summon drones to grant bonus health to allies within range, centered on himself and the ally marked with the Imperative Patch. So yeah, everything seems to be the same as how it was leaked for Ultron based on this. So it's pretty cool to see Ultron's gameplay. So that's a nice sneak peek of Ultron. Now, we also have a bunch of new team-ups coming in Season 2.5. The first one here is with Jeff, the symbiote shenanigans, and Venom is the team-up anchor, and he gives Jeff a new ability where...
I'm not gonna lie, guys, when I first saw this, I thought it was dumb as hell. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. When I first saw this team up with Venom and Jeff the Land Shark, I thought it was retarded. But after seeing this, my opinion changes.
He essentially gets to use the Venom ability where he can pull nearby enemies, but this will actually pull nearby teammates and heal them. So you can attach the symbiote to your teammates nearby and just heal them all together, which is a pretty cool ability to amplify his healing. Punisher and Black Widow get a new team up. Punisher is the anchor for Operation Microchip, where he gives Black Widow a new ability which amplifies her sniper so that it
That's
deals...
what I don't understand about Black Widow. That's the one thing I will never understand about Black Widow. It took 3 shots to take all 4 of them down. It took 3 shots. Now I get that's not a lot for 4 enemies. And I get it does piercing damage. But you are a sniper. You are a sniper. Personally, if you shoot somebody in the head, they should go down in 1 hit.
Piercing damage to enemies, which is pretty nice. We also have a Luna Snow and Hawkeye team up called Ice Arrow. Luna Snow is the team up anchor, and she gives Hawkeye this ability to fire a kind of large damage dealing projectile that can be fired through terrain, so it can strike through map terrain.
My friend showed me that one. This one is
more damage.
That one's insane.
And it also has
it can stun everybody in the area too
from a certain distance away. So yeah, a really cool Ice Arrow ability. We also have a new team up called Tech Pals with Penny Parker and Rocket. And Rocket is the team up anchor, however, they both gain new abilities. First of all, Penny Parker gains a brand new bionic nest. That's right, she now has 2 spider nests she can place. The second one is the Rocket.
Okay, so she has to have Rocket on the team to do this.
That will, spawn armor packs, which is awesome. And they can be placed at the same time. So you can also use this to extend your nest area. At the same time, this team up also amplifies Rocket's rebirth beacon so that it now has a spider nest around it, spawning spider drones and arachno mines. So giving it some protection and just enhancing it completely.
Unless someone shoots it from the air.
There's also a new team up with Storm and Jeff. The Jeff NATO team.
Now this one's just goofy for all the right reasons.
Pair their ultimates together to create a giant Jeff NATO. This makes the area much bigger, it deals a lot of damage, and it pulls them...
Hold on, I didn't peep that!
And sucking them up into the whirlwind, and then throwing them all out together.
Bro, I did not peep how big the AoE is! Holy shit, look at that! Bro, when I saw a clip of this, I did not notice how big the AoE is. That is gigantic.
Absolutely incredible. Now, as for the existing team-ups that are being removed, all 4 of these team-ups are being removed, obviously as they have new team-ups with different heroes. Also, they are going to be balancing the Gamma Charge between Namor and Hulk, making the Hulk and Namor team-up a little bit less powerful. Now, for the Season 2.5 buffs and nerfs, what we know so far is that Groot will be getting a slight nerf, and Doctor Strange and Magneto will be receiving modest buffs. Also in the Vanguard category, Captain America will have a nerf to reduce his survivability, as that has been buffed quite a lot recently. Also, they've noticed that Emma Frost Diamond form is a bit too dominant, so there's going to be...
Nerf the Thing. Nerf the Thing. If you're going to use that logic, nerf the Thing. He is the only character in this game that is immune to knockback.
Some balance adjustments for her too. For the duelists, they're going to be nerfing Iron Fist, Human Torch, and Psylocke, while providing buffs for the Punisher, Squirrel Girl, and Storm. They're also going to...
I'm gonna be honest with you, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Why is Psylocke getting nerfed? I don't like that at all. Why is Psylocke getting nerfed? Yes, has Psylocke kicked my ass? Absolutely. Absolutely. But why the fuck does she get nerfed? Because, first of all, the 3 characters on this list of characters getting buffed, none of them need buffs, especially Squirrel Girl. So congratulations. Congratulations, NetEase. Y'all made competitive play more frustrating than it already is. It went from annoying to frustrating to goddamn excruciating.
to be changing Luna Snow. They're increasing her ultimate ability cooldown, but they're also going to be boosting her standard abilities to counteract that. Okay, this is kind of crazy, but Season 2.5 also has a new experimental mode. This new mode is called Ultron
I heard about this
Matrix Protocol, and it's coming on June 6th. So 1 week after the start of Season 2.5, this new mode is described where you harness your superior intellect, seek out the perfect solution within the simulation, and eradicate all rival sub-processors. Basically, you start the game and you choose 6 heroes from the lineup. And then you begin this kind of strategy turn-based simulation game where you can buy these cards to upgrade your heroes, change heroes, and you try and strategically place those heroes, and then they battle in a simulation against the enemy team. It's actually really cool. And
yeah, this looks fun as hell, dude.
The heroes and give them really cool abilities, like turning Venom into an absolute giant, Hela gaining the ability to spit projectiles like crazy, firing them all over the map. Psylocke gets a giant ultimate. The support's ultimates also deal damage to enemies. It's basically like a turn-based strategist card kind of game mode for Marvel Rivals to take a break from the fast-paced action of Marvel Rivals and maybe just chill out and
Invisible Woman's shield should have already been doing that. Invisible Woman's shield should already be doing that. Why is it doing it now?
enjoy this mode. I actually think that's going to be a lot of fun, and they're going to be taking on all our feedback when it comes to this new experimental mode. So yeah, I love that Marvel Rivals is completely changing. They're also going to be adding some new cosmetic. First of all, the proficiency icon, so the Lord icons, will now appear in the Hero Select menu, so you can see them on your Hero Select wheel, a nice quality of life change. Also, they're going to be releasing a new cosmetic, the Mood. These moods can be added to your nameplate and your career profile, etc. And these are little emojis that have, you know, little emotions. There's little Jeff the Landshark ones, Galacta ones. They're all very cute. And you're also able to use them in-game as well. As you can see Jeff here to kind of emote on your friends. Honestly, that's really cute. And they talk a little bit about Season 3. The seasons will be shortened to 2 months each, with a hero releasing every month. And they said they're super excited for the next hero. So that is Season 2.5 in a...
If I had to make... So, seasons will now be 2 months long, with a hero releasing every month. If I had to give my prediction of who I think the next hero is going to be, keep up the X-Men trend and add Gambit. Add Gambit. If I had to give y'all 10 heroes, before I end this video, I'll give y'all 10 heroes that I would add to this game. Elsa Bloodstone, Forge, Elsa Bloodstone, Forge, Sabretooth, Juggernaut, Mystique, I would say War Machine, but that's literally just another Iron Man. Falcon, Vision, who else? Because honestly, I think if they should have added Red Hulk, but Thunderbolt Ross Red Hulk. They could have added different abilities for that. And I guess guys who are kind of confirmed to be coming will be like Gambit, Cyclops, and some honorable mentions. Jean Grey, fucking Polaris, Enchantress, characters like that. I don't care enough to see MODOK. I don't care enough to see Red Skull. I don't care about none of those guys. I don't. Give us Deathbird. Give us Songbird. Give us Ultimate Alliance characters. We want that. I personally, I didn't mean to say we, but I personally could give a fuck less about Professor Xavier. Fuck that nigga. I could personally give a fuck less about Red Skull. Give us Odin. Hell, give us Odin. I'll gladly play as Odin. I'll gladly play as the Destroyer. I'll play as any of them. I don't care about all these extra niggas. I don't. But I'm going to end it there. And I do apologize if I'm ending this video way too quick. Like I said, my head feels like it's about to explode. I will see you next time I upload, alright? We out.